So in this Christmas time, will we get it right? Will my wish come true? Will my wish come true? Under these Christmas lights, will our stars align? Will my wish come true? Will my wish come true?
Hello again and welcome to episode 62 and the final part of our December short break series in Cologne.
So it's another early morning and here we are at the railway station in Cologne to get the 9:49 to Dusseldorf.
Don't forget to check out all of the previous episodes, including our theme park holidays, cruises and short breaks right here on this channel. And if you enjoy any of the videos, please make sure you click on the like button, ring the notification bell to be informed of any future videos, and if you possibly can, please help the channel by subscribing. Now, in recent years we've been to a number of European Christmas markets in the UK and Austria, and so this year we decided to find one that we hadn't been to before, and Cologne was absolutely perfect for us. It had so much more to offer and the flights were a reasonable price and from Stansted, which is the easiest of the London airports for us. Now, you will have seen in the first two episodes that we stayed in the Maritime Hotel, which is centrally located in Cologne and offers stunning panoramic views of the River Rhine. And in this episode, we explore more of the city and take the train to Dusseldorf. Now, it's worth pointing out at this stage that we found the ticketing arrangements quite complicated with various rail companies and so on. We tried a couple of different ticket machines, but seeing that the prices seemed to be quite expensive and much higher than we'd seen online, we went to an information office and ended up buying the tickets there. In fact, we bought a group ticket even though there were only two of us, which I think would cover you up to 6 people, and it saved us something like €13 on buying individual tickets. So bear that in mind and check the information before you travel.
And in about half an hour journey has brought us here to Dusseldorf, another city we've never been to before, so we're going to spend the day exploring some of the Christmas markets here.
Dusseldorf is Germany's 7th largest city and is a rich mix of modern and historic. It's known as Little Paris, the fashion capital of Germany, and is also renowned for the arts and music scene. You may remember the 1970s electronic band Kraftwerk hail from Dusseldorf. Now you can explore the city in many different ways with a guided tour, a hop-on hop-off bus, by bike, boat and on foot. We were only here for a few hours, so we decided to walk around the interesting mix of super modern architecture, cobblestone streets, monuments and Christmas markets. There are 7 themed Christmas markets in Dusseldorf, including Ron Callie's Christmas Promenade, the Craftsman's Market, the Altstadt or Old Town Market, the Fairy Tale Market, the Shadow Market, the Coburgen Market, and as a new attraction, the Winter Village on Königsallee. And if you want to see it all from above, you can take a ride on the Ferris wheel on Bergplatz to get a panoramic view of the city.
Well, this is the ice rink. They don't tend to have a big sort of square area. They tend to have loops like this where you go around in a certain direction. Although there may be a sort of big square area behind this fountain. And this backs up to a curling lanes. Every market has different Glühwein mugs. These are sort of light blue green. I have to say the stalls at this market aren't as intricate as the ones at, say, the Elf Market in Cologne, but it's got a nice atmosphere and it's early morning, so it's fairly quiet. I say early morning, around 11 o'clock. Here is another of those 2-story buildings where you can go inside, get a drink and go upstairs and watch the ice rink or just take in the atmosphere. I don't think I've ever seen a Christmas tree with bar, well, not even underneath it, built into it. Just over here is a bridge which goes into a park on the other side of this water. This building is an interesting design. Not only is it an interesting shape, but all of the walls appear to be hedges, all the way up to the roof.
We really enjoyed exploring Dusseldorf, wandering around the Christmas markets, and we're really impressed by the choice of shopping as well.
Great to see the effort that they put into their shop window displays. There's about 8 of these windows.
We're on our way to Dusseldorf's Altstadt, or Old Town, which is known as the longest bar in the world because it has around 260 pubs, restaurants and bars, all located within half a square kilometre. And it's said that each establishment's bar counter connects to the one next door. Here in the Altstadt you'll find the Basilica St. Lambertus, the Schlossturm, which houses the shipping museum, the old city hall, the rat house. There's an equestrian statue of Jan Velem on the marketplace, St. Ursula Gymnasium in the old grammar school, and you'll also see the Rhine Tower.
At the end of this shopping street, it opens out into another square where the town hall is. And this is very picturesque. And this particular market backs right up to the river. And on the other bank, herds of sheep.
This was our favourite Christmas market in Dusseldorf, Roncalli's Weihnachts Promenade, transforming Dusseldorf's picturesque Rhine embankment into an enchanting Christmas market experience, blending circus nostalgia with festive elegance. It was created in collaboration with the renowned Circus Roncalli and its director Bernhard Paul. This unique market stretches along the riverbank between Burgplatz and Alte Hafen, featuring 36 carefully curated stalls housed in historic food trucks and nostalgic vendor wagons from Paul's private collection. The market's signature Art Nouveau-inspired glass orangeries create stunning architectural focal points, and there are 2 elegant pop-up restaurants as well, offering upscale dining with direct Rhine views. While you're there, you can browse exclusive boutiques showcasing handcrafted jewellery, artisan ceramics, and all sorts of unusual and unique gifts, while you savour those culinary delights ranging from traditional German fare to international specialities.
Was die jungen Kinder, die
This is the Karlsplatz market. It reminds me a little bit of Borough Market in London, and maybe even 7 Dials. Because although it's a market, it seems to be all food and drink. Apart from this store here selling plants and flowers. I must say, all of the produce looks incredible, really fresh, and the smells are incredible as well. really nice when you walk around without any preconceptions or plan, and you stumble across incredible buildings like this one.
We thoroughly enjoyed our time in Dusseldorf, and we really didn't have that much time there. We didn't see the markets at their best. They were literally just coming to life when we started to make our way back to the railway station to get back to Cologne. It's certainly a city that I would recommend visiting, and it's one that we'll hopefully go back to again in the future.
One thing has definitely crossed my mind while we're here in Germany, both in Cologne and in Dusseldorf, and also on the trips we've had in the past to Porto and Lisbon and Brussels and Bruges, Salzburg and Vienna. The high street is definitely not dying here. You can't really blame the internet for dying the high street in the UK as far as I can see, because they have the internet here, they have Amazon, they have eBay, they have all the things that we have, and yet there are department stores, shopping centres, small independents. I've seen no empty shop units at all. So I wonder why that is. It's my perception anyway. I'd love to know what you think. Drop some comments in the box below. Well, it wouldn't be a city break for us without going into a church. And we haven't been into a church in Dusseldorf yet, so let's do it now. Well, that was interesting. It turns out it's not a church, even if it was. We went into the tower at the bottom, and there's a cafe and then offices. It's actually 5 stories, and top stories are residential. And after a day exploring Dusseldorf, we're back to the train station to get our return train to Cologne.
And as we set off on the return train journey back to Cologne, let's recap on our top 5 highlights of this trip. Number 1 is the most impressive building we've seen, which is the Cologne Cathedral. It towers above the city, is fascinating to look at inside and out, and well worth a visit at any time of the year. 2 is our favourite Christmas market. It was the Heinzel's Winter Fairy Tale Market, situated in the Old Town. This market features an excellent selection of stalls, food options and live music, with a magical atmosphere inspired by local legends. 3 is our choice of the best place to eat, which is Peter's Brauhaus. It's a very special Cologne brewery owned by the Peters family, with 6 individually designed rooms with decorations which change according to the seasons and occasions. The choice is fantastic. The food, service and atmosphere is exceptional. 4 is our accommodation choice, which has to be the Maritime, not just because we haven't stayed anywhere else, but because it's a friendly, ideally placed hotel with a fabulous choice of facilities and an excellent buffet breakfast. And finally, although we didn't film it, we would highly recommend a festive Rhine cruise when you come to the Christmas markets. There are various options, ours wasn't expensive, and we enjoyed a 90-minute cruise with a mug of Glühwein and live Christmas music. On the way back from the railway station into the city, we called in to take a look at the Church of St. Gerrian. It's located in the Altstadt Nord district and dates back to the late Roman period. As early as the second half of the 4th century AD, an oval building was built in the area of the burial ground northwest of the Roman city, and that still forms the core of the church today. On the north and south sides, there are 4 smaller conches that are still visible today, whilst in the east there was a larger central conch. The first major reconstruction phase took place in the years 1067 to 69. That late Roman central conch in the east was demolished and replaced by a long choir with a crypt underneath. Further construction took place between 1151 and 1156, and also in the years 1219 to 1227, when the ancient oval building was integrated into the decagon-shaped building, which still gives the church its external appearance today. I can honestly say we thoroughly enjoyed our time in Cologne and our day in Dusseldorf as well. The Christmas markets in Cologne are some of the best we've ever experienced, for the quality of produce, the choice of food, the incredible Glühwein, and more importantly, the fabulous atmosphere. But I'm afraid that's it for now. Don't forget to take a look at the other videos on the channel, including the Christmas markets in Salzburg and Vienna in Austria. We also have Caribbean and Mediterranean cruise series, our visits to eco parks and theme parks in Mexico, the United States and Europe, plenty of Disney parks for you, and you'll also find city breaks here in the UK and across Europe, as well as short breaks which hopefully give you top tips, hints and ideas. If you enjoy any of the videos, you can really help the channel by clicking on the like button, ringing that notification bell and subscribing. Please do that if you possibly can, it really does help. And I hope you can join me next time for episode 63 of Main Street Martin, when we start a winter break series in Malta.
So in this Christmas time, will we get it right? Will my wish come true? Will my wish come true? Under these Christmas lights, will our stars align?